Anyway, so then ended up getting number 2 out of top 10 African women, most influential women in the financial space in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, so that award again, I got a call from South Africa. I need a coach. And I was like, what? Okay.
So I want to first talk about COVID.
Okay.
During COVID, something amazing happened. There's an award you won.
Yeah, so, actually, yes. You reminded me, it was 2021 when that award happened.
2021, okay.
So during COVID, I watched my brother. My brother is an entrepreneur. And by the way, he's brilliant.
Yep.
As I said, my parents, said, what do you want to do? He said he wanted to be a pastry chef. He was taken to the best pastry school in the world. Came back home eventually. Also worked in the UK. Stayed there for a while, for a number of years, and then came back home. And
there's a video when we shot for you, interviewing him, and the different number of employees he had, and I was like, all the different corporate clients he serves. I was like, damn.
I know. So it's amazing. Anyway, so he did this program called Biblical Entrepreneurship. And I just watched his transformation in running his business, in the way that he dealt with challenges. COVID hit them a really big blow. But watching how he responded to that big blow, I was just like, who is this human? And how is he just sort of pivoted slowly, tried to find his footing, managed things a while. He's gone through his own drama, by the way. But the transformation and the resilience I saw in him and the immediate shift that happened was because of having planned and thought through strategically, what does he want to do in the future? And was able to then move into this thing sooner rather than later. And watching that process, I was just like, actually this course you said is called what? And then the gentleman who runs that program in Kenya, so it's from the US, it's called Nehemiah International Ministries. And in Kenya, the gentleman who runs the franchise is called Frank Kitonga, and it's Nehemiah Kenya. So Frank calls me one day and says, Rina, I think you need to do this program. I'm like, no, I'm all right. No, you need to do this program. But when I saw what my brother went through and was able to then sort of pivot, and now he's back and he's thriving. But at that time, he was in the mix of it all.
In the thick of it.
He was in the thick of it. I was like, yeah, okay. Then Frank got me a book by a gentleman called Art Ali called Invest with Purpose. And I read this book and I was just like, oh my goodness, this guy is amazing. How do you combine faith and investing, something that is so foreign in our industry? And so it attracted me to the concept of being in business and using biblical principles to run your business. And I signed up for the program. So it's like an MBA based on biblical principles.
Yep.
So it was my second MBA because I had already done an MBA, but it was a really interesting program. So when you finish the program, the graduation is a pitch. So you pitch your business.
And how long is the program?
Class. Can I remember now?
Couple of
9
weeks.
months.
Months?
Yeah, it was a number of months.
This is not...
It was intense.
Yeah.
And there's assignments and there's what, I can't remember now. It felt like 9 months. And then, so December, I think we started in May. Graduation was December, something like that. And so the graduation was a business pitch. So you compete in your class. So we competed and I won. And then you now go to a national level. So there's different classes that run in a year. And so you compete as Kenya. So competed and I won in Kenya. So just to put things into perspective, my brother had done the same thing and competed and then came second in Kenya. So he did really well. Then now Kenya now goes into Africa. So the regional competition is Africa. So you compete in Africa. So I competed and I won.
What?
I was like, what just happened? Okay. And by this time I was like, I'm done. I'm all right. Because it took so much effort, so much preparation. I had to go back to scratch and think through.
What was your business case?
So I decided to do my business on a startup which was RH Group. And RH Group is the company that then holds the brand MoneyWise. And coaching and training.
So it's like Rina Hicks Group, but all your different assets and businesses into that group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what had happened by this time, I had also started an online program, which I'd been working on for 19 months. And with Africa's Pocket on trying to figure out how do we put this on their platform.
Yeah.
So we had launched it 2001. And now 2001 was when I was doing the global competition. So it worked out well. So it's a startup, yes, but I'd already started doing a few things and I'd had several corporate training gigs. This is I'm still at Faida, but there's this happening.
Multitasking you were.
Multitasking, I imagine I can't multitask to save my life, but somehow it's just God's grace. Anyway, but I guess because of how I had designed it, it's an online program. So I'm not in a class teaching guys. People sign up. I had already done the videos. I had done all the ebooks. And, we had put everything online. So when somebody goes online, they're able to just, Anyway, so launched that. And that's now what I then pitched and talked about financial literacy and the challenges around financial literacy and the research I had discovered. Research I had done and discovered how dire our situation is. There's some research that was done by S&P Global, and that it found that I think it was 34% of Kenyans are the only people who are financially literate. 66, whatever the difference is. Basically, financial literacy is not just the knowledge of interest rates and inflation. It's not just that knowledge, it's the ability to apply that knowledge to my life so that I'm able to take advantage of it or prevent certain risks from happening. So when they did this research, they found that a huge majority of people who are financially illiterate. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I've just been really passionate over time, over the years, over the different situations and circumstances I've been in to just help people become financially literate, because I've been on a journey myself and growing. And so anyway, so I went to the global competition.
So you've won
Kenya,
Nairobi, you've won Kenya, you've won Africa.
Yeah.
Now you're going to compete on a global level.
Yeah. So on the global level, we had an Australian representing Asia Pacific. We had a lady representing Europe.
Wow.
We had another lady representing America. And me. That year, we didn't have anybody from South America. But usually South America participates as well. But that year, we didn't have anybody from South America. So I competed. And imagine I won. I was just like, what?
Wow.
But I did.
Wow, you can't just let that pass.
So that was so affirming. I had gone through so much drama, professionally, privately. Just so much drama. So that year was just an affirming year on so many levels.
So what happens when you won? What did that do?
Wow. So that did so many things. I think it just opened up my world to so many things. And I think my mindset, number one, is what changed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I do want to go to Africa. I do want to do more with what I'm doing. And how can I be more than just my little picket fence and my little community and my little country in relation to the world? So I started to think more globally. Let me just say that first. I think secondly, it opened me up to a whole new world. I remember the following year, I traveled to the US for a conference. Nehemiah Ministries was having a conference, and so I decided I'm going. So when I traveled, I told the founder of the Nehemiah Ministries, which is, he's a big honcho, and I was just like, you know what, I made a decision. I want a dollar income. And how can I get a dollar income? And we had this conversation, and he's like, you know what, there's an investment opportunity I have, and you can participate if you want. And I'm like, I'm in. First of all, that time I don't even know this investment. How much will I need? Where's the money coming from?
Wow.
But I'm like, I'm in. So even just that mental shift to be like, I am going to own a business. It's going to be in a different country. I'm going to earn in dollars, and I'm doing this thing. which now we've made several steps forward, and we are now investing together. But the point is that.
So you did that has happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, I mean, still, it's a startup. There's lots of, we still need to.
Yeah, but maybe me, I want dollars.
We're still in early stages. Bado, mambo bado. But all I'm saying is that my mindset shifted. Another thing it did is that ended up putting me on a different platform. So I remember those Angaza Awards that came in next in 2022. And 2021, somebody was like, oh, you need to put in, you need to be in this Angaza Awards. I'm just like, I don't need it. I'm fine. I'm okay. But 2022, I was like, I need it because I have done something.
Yep.
And, I think I can put in my CV in this thing. Anyway, so then ended up getting number 2 out of top 10 African women, most influential women in the financial space in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, so that award again, I got a call from South Africa. I need a coach. And I was like, what? Okay. And, I guess many things happened after that. I think that award also just created more of an authority sort of space for me. And it's been interesting. And so yeah, that's where I'm at, I guess. And
come 2023.
So 2023 again, I said it's been a foggy season because of just.
Let's take a break. Rina.